All right, folks, welcome back to Roland Martin Unfiltered here on the Black Star Network. You know what? There are so many different cases that we cover on this show that sometimes just leave you perplexed and you're like, what the hell is going on? Well, this story out of North Carolina is one of those. Attorney Harry Daniels is representing the system in this, and it's sort of strange, if you will, what transpired here. And so let me walk you through this story. Okay, Tamara Parker was wrongfully arrested. Okay, now she loses everything being falsely accused of a crime. No criminal record. She spends months trying to clear her name, loses her job, loses her home after police claim she matched the description of a suspect, and the description was a black woman. Now, charges have been dropped against her. Her mugshot, though, online, people can pull it up. It's everywhere. And so imagine now you're trying to have to rebuild your life. Tamara and her attorney, Harry Daniels, joins us right now. Glad to have both of you on the show. So what the hell? First of all, what did they accuse you of doing? And what was the description? And was that person actually ever apprehended? And they in any way resemble you?
I have no idea. So what they said happened was someone took someone's credit card information, bought 2 Apple iPhones, and sent them to an advanced auto parts store. I had no idea, what was going on. I don't think that they ever got a suspect. I'm not too sure, but not to my knowledge. I think I.
So how do they get around to you? What happened?
So I went into the store, the Advanced Auto Parts store. I went in on May the 16th of last year. I was looking for a part. I actually had the part in my hand and they didn't have it. I got assistance from the store associate. And then a little over a week later, the police came to my house and had a search warrant to search my home. I had no idea why they were, there, but that was the only time I ever went into that store.
So the first time you ever go to this auto parts store, you looking for a part, then all of a sudden, a week later, they're showing up at your house. And when they show up at your house, what do they say?
I let them in because there was something that happened at my daughter's school earlier that week. So I just thought a teacher was arrested. So I started thinking about that. Like, I thought they were coming to my house to tell me something happened to my child. So I let them inside to see what they had to say. And the guy just started yelling, I just want to know if this is a one-time thing or if you're a part of a ring. And I had no idea what he was talking about. So then he just kind of started going off. So then he told me what happened. Well, he said first, did you go into an advanced auto parts store? And I said, yes, I went there last Thursday to look for a part and I had the part with me. So that's what he told me. That's when he told me what I was accused of. And at first I thought it was a joke because who would do something like that? That was the craziest thing I've ever heard of. So then I opened up my wallet. I'm like, hey, you can look and see. I don't have anyone's information. I own my home. I have a good credit score, equity stuff in my home. I have reason to do something like this. This is the most ridiculous thing. But yeah, he was very aggressive.
That is so Harry, what's crazy to me is if you're the store, you have surveillance video. If she didn't, the video should show if a card was taken, used, or whatever the heck. What the hell is this?
Thanks, Roland, for having us on. Roland, first of all, we do a lot of cases usually dealing with serious injury, death related to law enforcement. But this was a case that we could not pass up based on the extraordinary and a disbelief of what happened to this Tamara. No surveillance cameras, no outside cameras or surveillance cameras in the store at Advanced Auto Part in Dallas, North Carolina. She simply went into the store May 16th to pick up a part for her husband. She went to Advanced Auto Parts the next door. They didn't have the part either. What transpired was that, like she said, somebody sent these phones to the store, and subsequently, one of the sales associates at the store said that the person had came back in the store after police went to the store to pick up the phones. They came back into the store, and they took a picture of the person's license plate. Well, that day was May 20th. On May 20th, Tamara was nowhere around the store. In fact, she was at her kids' pre-K graduation, her other kids' graduation, elementary school graduation, out with family, nowhere near the store. And law enforcement knew it because when they took the phones, and she freely gave the passcode to the phones once they had the search warrant, and they did forensics on the phones, Roland. And in the forensics, they found that she was not at the store on the date that sales associate alleged that she was there. They knew that she did not commit this crime, but nevertheless, they pursued it. They got a warrant for her arrest. She was arrested. She lost everything. A job, great job, her good reputation, mugshot. Her home is now foreclosure for sale. She's several months behind, and she's currently under the care of a doctor. This is, and she's unemployable at the time because she was an insurance agent, and nobody wants to hire anybody who's been accused of stealing, identity fraud, or identity theft, especially when you have public trust and you deal with a public identity on a day in, day out basis. But these one of those cases that law enforcement, overzealous law enforcement, a clerk that we will get to the bottom of what happened here because she clearly gave false information to the police that Miss Parker was in the store. She was not. We're going to find out where that come from. And not just that, law enforcement completely ignoring innocence, exculpatory evidence, and pushing forth an agenda that left this family upside down, literally, with finances and in a place that anybody could have been in, especially the Parker's family, where she was a law-abiding citizen, hardworking, taxpayer, no criminal record, making money, own her own home, equity, savings, accounts, good credit, and all of a sudden, all of that was taken from her as a blink of an eye. So we got a lot of work to do. We're going to pursue this case, and we're going to make sure we get some justice for Ms. Parker.
Tamara, how long did you spend in jail?
It was only a few hours. On paper, it said like 15 minutes. When I went in, of course, I was talking like, hey, you guys have the wrong person. And they were just like, well, this detective, he doesn't make mistakes. He's the best. And he wouldn't be doing this unless he had solid evidence. And I'm like, he doesn't. So when they took me in, I just kept saying, like, you guys have the wrong person. But they did like the intake. I went and talked to the magistrate, and the magistrate said I can leave, like gave me the paperwork, said he'd unsecured bond. He even made a joke like, Ms. Parker, do you have a ticket or any speeding tickets? And I'm like, when I was like 19 or 20. And so he basically told me I was leaving. I didn't leave. They put me in a holding cell after the magistrate unsecured my bond and told me I could leave.
Yeah, Roland, just to add this is, and the evidence and what I just told you and the facts of this case, it's not speculative. This is what is in the discovery, the criminal discovery. I'm not making it up. This is what the DA had, and once the DA reviewed this discovery, and a lot of times the DA don't review discoveries until they get an indicted case, he immediately dismissed this case with insufficient evidence. Dismissed it. We have the dismissal. We have the evidence to show, and we look forward to pursuing this case. And this just goes to show that even when you're doing right, when you're doing good, you're doing everything good, you're not breaking the law, you've been a law-abiding citizen, and sometimes just being black in America is the only crime you committed. And this woman and her family has did nothing wrong, and they are in a position where they need help, obviously, and we're here to help them and get some redress for them.
All right, then. Well, surely we hope you are able to do that because, again, this is the last thing a lot of people would ever want to have to deal with. Thanks a lot.
Take care, Roland.
This is the GoFundMe page for Tamara Parker if you are interested in donating. She's trying to put her life back together. And so this is it right here. So far, less than $1,400 has been raised. And so, again, you see it right here. And so go to GoFundMe, type in her name or type in wrongfully accused, trying to rebuild my life And there you go.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. The window to invest in Fanbase is closing. We've raised over $10.6 million of our $17 million goal. That means there's room for less than 6,370 people to invest in Fanbase for the average amount. The minimum to invest in Fanbase right now is $399. That makes you an owner in Fanbase today. Go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. Why? Because current social apps have taken advantage of users for far too long, with content suppression, shadow banning, harmful racist content, and no real tools for monetization and equity. Fanbase has over 1.4 million users and counting, allowing anyone to reach all their following and monetize their content from day one. Social media is the new TV, and whoever owns the apps that distribute that content have the opportunity to own potential billion-dollar companies. While big platforms with uncertain futures are failing to serve their users, Fanbase is stepping up to fill the gap. Don't wait until it's too late. Invest now, invest for yourself and your future. Go to startengine.com/fanbase and own the next generation of social media.